Hey guys, this is Mel, and I'm back to talk about The Flash, episode 409, titled Don't Run, which premiered Tuesday, December 4th, 2017 on the CW. I'm recording on January 12th, 2018, so Happy New Year, guys. So huge spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the mid-season finale, please go do so first, and then come back to see what I have to say about the episode. Otherwise, my other video reminders are up on screen. Take a moment to look over those. A huge apology, guys, for the fact that it's been maybe a month and a bit since the episode has aired. After the crossover event happened and I recorded for that episode, came down with a huge sore throat, which came and turned into a huge cough, which made recording very difficult. And then by the time that was cleared up to be at least passable, work picked up because of the holidays. So I'm here to talk about the episode, but because of that, I've only seen the episode once. So all my notes are from that one viewing, so it might not be as in-depth as usual, but it's definitely what I remember or what I picked up from the episode. So keep that in mind. But I'm going to try to do it in 10 minutes. Let's start the clock and let's begin with what happened in this episode. So timeline-wise, it's for the holidays. I'm guessing it's supposed to be a week after the events of the crossover event, which took place in episode 408 of The Flash. So there's that. I'm assuming it's been a week because Barry and Iris would have gone to their honeymoon already. So there's that. Huge episode reminder, I guess you could say, is two kidnappings. The fact that you're stuck in this tight situation, I guess you can say. But the villains for this episode are Clifford DeVoe, aka The Thinker, as well as Amunet returning. So, huge breakdown for the episode. I'd have to say two things. Pretty much one being rescuing Barry from DeVoe, who has kidnapped him, or number two, which is rescuing Caitlin from Amunet, who kidnapped her, so that Caitlin the doctor, not Killer Frost, could operate on one of the new metas that Amunet had taken to be sold. And that is Dominic the Telepath this time. So that's pretty much what the two episodes are. Barry tries to figure out what DeVoe's game is, just what his motives are. And also Caitlin trying to figure out a way to save herself without having access to her powers. Now, the last moments of the episode show Barry being arrested for murdering Clifford DeVoe, whose dead body was found in Barry's apartment, while Clifford DeVoe's mind is now currently in the body of Dominic the Telepath because of that transfer. Don't know how that happened, but there we go. Tidbit for the episode, though, was that they released a deleted scene where Ralph accidentally interrupts Barry and Iris on their honeymoon by triggering an alarm at Star Labs, which alerts Barry to come back home. Iris was not pleased about that. Also, in a stretch scene for the episode, we see Caitlin and Iris using the Surface computer while Ralph tries to grab their attention with his holiday-inspired stretches. So there's that. We also find out that Wally moved from Blue Valley to Cambodia. Don't know why, but that's all Joe says about the matter when Harry asks why Wally wasn't coming home for the holidays. So there's that. Now, moving on to the most shocking moment of the episode, I have to say the fact that the Thinker was able to transfer his mind into Dominic the Telepath's body and then frame Barry for his murder. Murder was definitely shocking. I didn't think transferring of minds was possible in this universe. It sounds more like possession, but now it's left me wondering, well, what happened with Dominic? Is he still stuck in his own body? Is he been quote-unquote killed because the Thinker took over his body? Is the Thinker now a telepath as well, or is that strictly connected to Dominic's mind? So questions there. And then how about Barry walking into that trap? It blew my mind, those last moments. I was like, wow. But moving on to top 3 favorite moments, I have to say the holiday celebrations, or any mentions of the holidays and how the team got together to celebrate that, was pretty cool. I like that each holiday-themed mid-season finale has some type of a little party going on at the end. So that was pretty cool. Another favorite I had was the fact that Barry was able to escape from DeVoe by making himself appear invisible by just kind of speeding in place too fast for the human eye to see. That was pretty cool. because I, like DeVoe, thought Barry managed to escape his little cell instead of actually just standing there. So there's that. Another favorite of mine, I have to say, is the fact that Caitlin was able to escape from Amunet without using her power. She used her smarts and what she had access to get herself out of there. And I really like that a lot. So there's that. Now, a top 3 peeved of mine. I only have the one peeve that I could think of, and it was the fact that once again the enemy has crawled into the team and under their noses. Caitlin invites Dominic to the holiday party without realizing that it's actually the Thinker in control of Dominic. So, like again before, the enemy has infiltrated Team Flash, and I hate it, but they really should start putting their defenses up when it comes to inviting new people to the group, because it's become like a cliche or a pattern now for this show, and it's getting old, people. It's getting old. So moving on to most moment I remember most when I look back on this episode, the fact that Barry was arrested. I was not expecting that at all. Don't know how I was going to get out of that, but there's that. But moving on, random questions. First one being, did DeVoe create those metahumans on the bus because he needed one to possess? And if that's the case, does that mean he's going to have to keep possessing them until he finds a more permanent solution? Or is him possessing Dominique his permanent solution to escaping the degradation of the body because his mind was too powerful? Or will Dominic now eventually experience that? Think of it this way. If you're a Supernatural fan, think of it like an archangel possessing an incorrect vessel. As we saw with Lucifer possessing his vessel Nick, it slowly began to deteriorate as opposed to him possessing his true vessel in Sam. So I'm wondering if we're going to see something like that happening. Just not in like the whole Supernatural's way of degradation, but in the fact that the way the Thinker was already experiencing with his original body. Anyways, I'm rambling, I'm sorry. But next question. Was Dominic a viable option to be possessed because of his telepathic abilities? And now, because DeVoe is in control of Dominic's body, does he now have those telepathic abilities? Or is that just gone with Dominic's presence now? And is Dominic still alive, technically? Like, can he be saved by getting DeVoe dejected from his body or something? Or is this truly DeVoe taking over and Dominic is now dead? So there's that. But moving on to predictions very quickly. Based off the promo for 410, it returns January 16th, so that is in a week since I'm recording this, so that's just awesome. And the promo showed that Barry is being framed for murder, and we get to see Barry's trial happening and the contemplation of whether or not he should reveal that he's the Flash or not. So there's that. Now, based off the synopsis for 410, which is now released, it says that as Barry's trial for the murder of Clifford DeVoe begins, Iris and Joe must decide how far they are willing to go to keep Barry out of prison. It's a tough one. It's a tough one for sure. So, there is that. Any other questions at all? Not really. I definitely will say this. During the whole winter hiatus, I've kind of gotten back on the Snowberry train by just watching these videos of fans making connections of how every episode there's some type of Barry, Caitlin, subliminal connection between them. I was always on the Snowberry train back in season 1, season 2, but then Barry and Iris got together and it kind of seemed like an ineditable thing. So, well, this winter break kind of renewed that Snowberry, so I'm kind of hoping still for it. But I know West Island fans won't be happy to hear me say that. But to each their own. I can like my own ships like you can like yours. So there's that. But otherwise, just a heads up, guys, if you catch me on my fanfiction page, I'm currently in the works of doing a different take on the Crisis on Earth X crossover event in a story of mine, so be on the lookout for that. Currently working on it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But what do you guys think of the mid-season finale? What do you guys like about it? What do you think is going to happen next? Let me know in the comments down below. Love to hear your own thoughts, theories, and opinions about what you think is going to happen next. Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and check out my other videos if you haven't done so already. If you want, check out my Tumblr page. The link for that is down below. I read blog promos, web clips, quotes, GIFs, synopses, news, all that good stuff, all found in one place, so go check that out. And I believe that's about it, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for your patience. I hope you guys have a great day, great week, wherever you are. I hope you had a fantastic holiday. I hope you have a happy new year. But until next time, guys, hope to chat back here, but to see what I have to say about the next episode. But until then, sorry. This is Mel. Wish you a great day, great week, wherever you are. Bye for now.